is time for Party Scoopers. And joining us in studio is a man who's keeping an eye particularly on what's going on today because it's another Super Tuesday.
It's another one. I saw this morning someone was calling it Separation Tuesday, and I think that's very accurate because what happens after tonight is going to be the most interesting thing.
And why is that?
It's because, can Rubio hold on and stay in this race? Can John Kasich win his home state of Ohio, a winner-take-all state, and keep those votes away from Donald Trump, keep those delegates away from him as he tries to approach to...
But is this a make or break Tuesday?
For both of them.
It is.
Oh, for both?
I think so.
So has this game now become a keep away? Keep away from Trump?
Yeah, and I think it's been there for the last couple weeks, but some of the candidates haven't admitted it quite yet. And it's hard to do, but I really think that's where we're at. Can you keep Trump away from the necessary 1,237 delegates he needs?
But isn't that kind of an impossible number?
1,237?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Trump, to get that, he has to claim 58% of the remaining delegates.
Right.
And then
that's a lot.
That's a lot. And then Cruz, who's the nearest competitor, I think his number is 68%. So it's very difficult to. I mean, you really have to dominate to get those numbers. And so the most interesting thing this morning I've seen is the Florida early vote numbers are kind of in. We don't know how they voted, but we know who they are. And so it's like 1.1 million voters, 48% of whom didn't vote in 2012. And it's like 90% white, 60% older voters, which is a recipe for Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And so, which I think is fascinating. In the Republican Party, we always talk about how important Florida is. Tonight, it's an important thing. It's 99 delegates tonight. But I think we all know that Donald Trump's going to win it. So all eyes are on the Kasich-Trump battle in Ohio, and then can Ted Cruz win Illinois, Missouri, North Carolina, some combination of those.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are saying if Rubio doesn't win Florida, that means he's probably
you have to keep a narrative that you can stay in the race. And for this keep away strategy to work, you really need him to stay in the race.
Right.
And so it's hard for a campaign, I think, like Ted Cruz to say, we really need Marco to stick around. Mm-hmm. I think that's true. I think they would be smart to keep him in this. Because as the race goes, when we're in New Jersey, when we're in Pennsylvania, I don't know if that's Ted Cruz country.
But Rubio will be able to extract votes and keep them away.
Keep them away. And so even if it's, it allows, I think, Cruz to be more competitive with Trump in those states. And so the mindset of the Cruz campaign is, no, we want a one-on-one race because it's really between us and Trump. Which that is true, but I don't know if you want that one-on-one race actually, because I think Trump might actually pull away.
Wow. Do you have any opinion on what's been happening at the rallies for like Donald Trump when he had to cancel in Chicago?
Yeah.
Because it's just getting violent in some circumstances.
Well, number one, I mean, I've been on the campus of the University of Chicago, and the campus is great. I mean, it's really neat. It's nice. But when I went there, I took the red line because I thought it hit the.
Took the L? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you got to walk. I had to walk through like a mile of some really interesting.
The stop might say that, but
yeah. Yeah, and so, look, I think that it was in an area which you could turn out a lot of people who wanted to make a political statement.
Okay.
And I think that Trump has become a magnet, I think, for people who want to speak out because the media has said, look, we will cover all this. They're looking for that.
Right.
And so they put on the show. And so I think that, I mean, I'm not saying that Trump, there's no fault there. I think there is, but I don't think we can just say this is a creation of his. I think this becomes we've seen people riot for really stupid reasons in this country, like winning NBA championships and all those other things.
Coming in this morning, I heard a ruling did come down saying that Trump's speech did not incite what happened.
Yeah, yeah. So
it could have been an element of the environment as opposed to it being a Trump rally.
Right. Exactly.
If that event was in downtown Chicago, I mean, I'm sure you would have still had protesters, but maybe it wouldn't have been quite as bad being on a college campus and being, kind of on the south side. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I don't know. My initial thought is, even before all this happened, I'm like, interesting venue choice. I don't know if I'd go there.
Okay.
But he claims he's going back, though.
Well, that'll be fun.
What time today should we know the results and people possibly making an
Yeah, I would say by dinner time tonight we'll probably start to know some results on Florida. Northern Mariana Islands are already in. Trump won 73%. So he's got 9 delegates today.
So
Okay.
9 more right now. So we're going to keep an eye on Florida, and we're going to keep an eye on Ohio.
Yep.
And then do we even bother watching Illinois?
Absolutely, because I think this is where Illinois and Missouri are states where I think Ted Cruz can compete with Trump. And so it's going to be interesting to see how well can he do, because it's going to tell us how this race looks moving forward.
And we're talking all Republicans right now. What on the Democrat side are they?
I haven't been paying any attention.
Okay, well then I won't. Then I won't
I can
ask
tell you what I saw on Saturday Night
Then I
Live, if
won't
that
ask
helps.
you. That was pretty good.
The commercials on
So we
SNL
won't
were
ask
pretty
you
funny.
anymore.
I thought they were accurate. I thought it was really
I thought
funny.
Hillary changed into Bernie was pretty funny
Yeah,
too.
that was
pretty
great.
cool. All right, wonderful. Well, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate
All right,
it.
thanks.